games. Meanwhile, you know, you have some British boys. We've got Zero as well coming in, who's this big fragger. But I don't know. At the moment, it doesn't seem like they're perfectly all together, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, there's been changes on this org in general over the last like couple of years. We're hoping that now is when they can stabilize with this roster, because as you said, it is a good roster. Zero coming in, I hadn't seen him personally playing in quite a while. Used to love watching him play, so I'm excited to see what they can show us. But we're here on Dust 2 to actually kick things off. The knife round did go to Galaxy Racer, so they were able to choose that CT side. Right now, as the B hit comes in, they have a pretty decent setup. The flash is going to go over. There's two players ready to support from the window. There's a flank as well coming in from behind there from Pleasant, and he goes huge. 3 kills with the P2000, eventually being overwhelmed and returned by Mezzi, but it doesn't matter. He was even able to deal out a bit more damage before he goes down. And the bomb right now just on the middle of B, completely under the control of Galaxy Racer.
Oh. Yeah, easy finish for Relaxer. And they will indeed manage to find that pistol. Pretty clean stuff. I mean, this is a map I feel really plays into the wheelhouse of Galaxy Racer. It's not fantastic for them in terms of the stats and whatnot, right? The 44% win rate over 9 maps, but you kind of have to look into that a little deeper. A lot of the results have come very close for them, actually, when they have been losing, so it's not quite been blowouts and things of the sort. And it seems to be a map that they don't necessarily pick. They just play it when they have to. So we'll see here. Meanwhile, GamerLegion, I think the stats for them are very misleading. There's not an awful lot to go off of in terms of maps played and all that, because, of course, this iteration of the lineup not being together for too long. And it seems they're mainly focusing on the MDL. They've not been entering into too many other tournaments, just playing things kind of safe and hoping to build from the ground up rather than, as we've seen the likes of Hellring, you know, rather than spamming the events and trying to improve that way. Pretty quick write-off of a round here, though, of course. Freddy does get taken down, but not before he makes his cash money on that MP9. So, all good in the end. The AK's coming out super fast for GamerLegion. It's pretty good buy, actually.
Yeah, not too surprising though that previous round went down. As you said though, goodbye coming straight into play for GamerLegion, so they're not really going to be lacking anything apart from maybe an op that they could have wanted, but other than that, the rifles, the nades, and it's looking like they want to try and find that early long control. And with still some weaker weapons left in play, including a FAMAS actually over on long right now, these AKs certainly could be favorable for them if they try to take these fights, and that's exactly what they're going to go for. Just smoke down from the corner to limit the health for Tabs, but it doesn't matter. The FAMAS finding 3 kills. A bit of help there, I believe, with a flash that came over from Relaxa, but they have just decimated this long push. A bit of counter-aggression at least being caught there on mid, so it pulls back 1 frag, but they're still left, unfortunately, in a 4-on-2, where Mezzi is on the brink of death already.
Okay, shot landed by Relax. Freddy Frog as well finding his, so no craziness going to happen for Mezzi or Rusty, unfortunately. Very quick start here, to be honest, Dean. Like, 3 rounds in, pretty dominant rifle to open us up. No bomb plants yet for GamerLegion. It feels like we're here a lot faster than usual. Certainly a lot faster than last game, right, where it was very back and forth. So just to, as we often call, this momentum-based map. So it could be very dangerous for GamerLegion if they can't get that foot in the door early. Half buy coming into this round, though. See what they can find on this. The AWP looking like he was caught off. No, not the case. Blessing here to cover him. Messi going to fall. And therefore, once again, Galaxy Racer have got that early opener to start with. Adams taken out Pleasant. Also taken out Relaxer. So, I mean, this is weapons retrieved, and you can kind of be happy with the damage already. They're also in disarray on the CT side. Are they going up short now? Are they coming back B? What's the game plan? No one really knows.
Yeah, no, this is getting scary. I mean, Adam has an op right now to work with, so this could be very dangerous for Galaxy Racer, but they at least have Freddy Frog actually in a fantastic position right now at the top of mid. He needs to be careful. Of course, the flank through spawn right now could be dangerous. Is he exposed to that on his back right now? I'm actually going to have to check that. No, he's not. So he's not going to be actually spotted by a player moving around through the spawn itself. But still, as Rusty moves forward now in towards long, will he be able to spot this player? And will he even want to? Because all he has is a P250 at the moment to work with. You can see a fake trying to be sold on towards B, hoping that Adam can pick something up with this op, and at that point maybe take the attention away from the A-bomb site. And he gets spotted, unfortunately doesn't get a kill himself, and at this point now Freddy Frog, he can just walk back up short, and there really shouldn't be too much to be done here for Rusty. I don't even think getting the bomb plant, although actually now it looks pretty likely. Freddy Frog decided to not continue up short itself. He's going to realize at this point that the push has come in here, but I don't think he can do much about actually stopping the bomb plant. I don't fancy Rusty's chances and actually winning the round. Let's be real. He's going to get a P250, a couple of flashes that could be pretty useful if he times them well to catch some players maybe caught out in the open. But he's only got one left now, and as you can see, 2 players moving in from the spawn. Freddy Frog in from short. They're going to try and peek this together and at least try and get the trade, and they actually managed to keep all 3 alive. So there we go. Galaxy Racer up 4-0. GamerLegion, considering the investment that they put into it, though, not too bad finding 2 kills and a bomb plant.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
I certainly can be happy with it. Moving into round number 5, though, GamerLegion, I think very quickly need to be putting that foot in the door, finding this round. Honestly, cleanly, I would say as well, to be honest with you. Take some money away from Galaxy Racer. As very early, it's looking good for the likes of Tabs and Freddy. He gets stuck on the door. That's a bit awkward. Not able to make it out. Double nades coming in. They'll continue to press the attack. Zero does find Tabs, so maybe biting off a bit more they can chew there on the Swedish end. All the same, 1 for 1. Generally going to work out for your T side. Error finding Relaxer is pretty big, leaving the B bomb site very vulnerable here. They don't quite know it yet, I don't think, on the T end of things. The Dezen's here isolated for the time being, but they will start to group up outside. Minute and 10 seconds left. Charging in, flash over the top. The great little angle over at Arm, unfortunately not able to find anything. Mezzi drops him, and that all-important first round seems to be coming their way. All down to Freddy Frog. And I think, yes, you've got money, but you might as well just save.
And that was despite a little bit of a, I guess, cock up there by Rusty early on long, getting caught in the smoke, unfortunately. So, yeah, fantastic recovery there from GamerLegion to really swing this back so one-sidedly, so... Oh, okay, no, this is... I was going to say so convincingly, but now they end up losing another player there with Freddy Frog at top mid catching 0. I don't think they really want to invest too much in hunting this down. The money is all right for Galaxy Racer, and they should be aware of that because a couple of rounds had been relatively clean for them. It does look like maybe they will send it a little bit more, though. If Freddy Frog even gets 1 more kill here, then all of the money really is going to be reinvested in this next round for GamerLegion, and they will be left with very little. And indeed, he's taken off the head of Mezzi. Yeah, no, I think they ideally wanted to be looking to try and keep the 4 alive, if I'm honest. Like, Freddy Frog has made the correct decision to actually invest a little bit there in getting those kills, because they themselves have a bit of extra money. Tabs with 10,000, they can manage to work out the buy, even if he had have gone down, maybe. But he ends up getting a few kills and getting away with it as well. So, Galaxy Racer, despite losing that round now, they have a big chance to bounce back immediately. Oh, and I think, yeah, GamerLegion realized that. I would imagine that this is a pause coming in from them. I will try give it a check.
Sure. I would have thought so as well, to be honest with you. Like you say, it's...
yeah, GamerLegion, indeed it is.
It's kind of the opposite of what you would call the silver lining, I suppose. The negative aspects of the win, really. Yeah. I don't know. Sure, they're able to buy up cleanly here, but Galaxy Racer hot on their heels, not going to really give them the chance to breathe, right? Keeping the pressure on, making sure to force them to maybe make some of those foolish decisions again, which with the lesser number coming into this round, therefore means they have to buy or rebuy on quite a few players, and therefore there's not as much cash available moving forward. So, arguably a more important round here for GamerLegion than the previous. It's nice to get that first on the board, but now your second step is a lot harder than it needed to be. Maybe being a bit too negative to them. Still good to get that proverbial foot in the door and find something to work with. Or Zero, is he going to be spotted first? No! Oh, the shot even rang off from Relaxer, but he doesn't land it. Freddy Frog finds his in at middle, though. Rayleigh's keeping things even, but once again, that 1 for 1 for the T side generally is a little stronger, and Adam's in the perfect spot. Great angle to find the double. Flick lands onto Tabs. GamerLegion have really turned things around in the past couple. Ooh, Error with a clean flick to finish as well. And only losing the 1 player. That time, a lot cleaner from GamerLegion.
Yeah, and you've got to remember that the previous round started really cleanly as well. I mean, well, it didn't initially. We'll forget about Rusty dying, caught in the long smoke. But in terms of when they actually started pushing towards the bomb site, they were just hitting the entries. They were looking fantastic. And again, they keep it up in that round. That's what they needed. They break down the economy for Galaxy Racer. Now they're going up against just a single P250 being upgraded. And considering how much aggression we had seen on long early in the half, Galaxy Racer, they've decided to go ahead and stack up around this area. The smoke that goes down probably alludes to them that there might be some GamerLegion players indeed looking to push out here. But as we can see, that is not the case. They're right now grouping up on B, and they've sold this fake pretty much perfectly. They're going to find a completely open bomb site. The bomb's going to go down. And at that point, Galaxy Racer, they'll probably look for a couple exit frags, I would imagine. It's not like they have a lot to lose. Other than, of course, giving away a little bit of extra money to GamerLegion. But working with only rifles in the off, it wouldn't be a lot of money either way. They could definitely make it worthwhile by dropping 1 or 2 of those AKs. Oh, they're making a lot of noise running on short, though. Adam, do you want to stay here? This is a little bit risky. Surely he'll catch one and immediately fade back, and yeah, that's the case. He doesn't manage to actually get the initial kill, but Mezzi will rather. And Zero, oh, suicide. Yeah, I mean, it lives up to his name. It doesn't go too well for Zero. He will go down. The weapon actually does get retrieved. I was going to say I don't think anyone would be able to actually make their way to top mid, but they already had a player up there. Deson had flanked through the spawn.
Oh, opportunity for another maybe if Adam
Don't
peeks
do
out
it.
a bit. Ah, unlucky. They walk straight into the trap, and there goes everything. Adam dies to the bomb though.
Worth it.
I guess. Yeah.
When I was saying don't do it, I meant Adam, please don't push through the doors. They instead decided they wanted to. And yeah, it was looking like Adam wasn't going to, so made sense that they wanted to force the issue. And yeah, that damage, as you said, the bomb then taking him down. 2 kills kind of being found. And a little bit of extra damage onto the economy of GamerLegion, but they are, of course, managing to now pull back a few rounds. They're getting a few. They've gotten a few in a row, and they have a chance to try and keep it up because the buy really isn't perfect here for the CP side still. They don't have a kit. They have a couple of FAMASs in play. Nades already been expended pretty early on with not a lot left in to actually be used by them. A Molotov and, what, 1 smoke? Yeah, a few flashes then as well. It's really not ideal. So we'll see what GamerLegion are able to do. They're taking this one fairly slow so far. Looking for the short control. It does seem with a couple players around this area, but not really going to be pressuring the issue too early. They're letting the CTs keep on expending those nades as they wish.
All quiet now. Very, 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 very slowed down here from GamerLegion. Hoping to find some kind of an opener, but always difficult. Looks like long is going to be the first action point at this time. Dezen holding things down. Traded pretty quickly. Once again, that's decent. This is generally, it seems, how things go for GamerLegion as they've been packed in very well, finding the trades cleanly. See how it goes as they move forwards. Only 25 seconds left here, Dean, so really not a lot of time to work with. Flank from Adam could be, does manage to drop 1 and is now a thorn in the side that they've got to consider. The A site itself has indeed fallen. Tab's going to go down for CT. Rusty with a clean headshot as well. That surely seals the deal. Freddy Frog has to fight his way out. But the round is lost. GamerLegion evening things up real fast.
Yeah, unfortunately, that missed up shot there from short was kind of the beginning of the end. We ended up seeing a player down in the spawn, I think, getting spammed. I'm not sure if it was through the smoke or not. But then the follow-up kill on short confirmed the round indeed. But Freddy Frog left to save. Yeah, I mean, 4 rounds now in a row for GamerLegion. They've really gone ahead and broken down that economy of Galaxy Racer. They're only going to have that 1 M4 likely here in this next round, as it will not be hunted, even though there is money for GamerLegion. Not really wanting to send any players out towards it. Instead, sitting firmly, wanting to keep 3 alive at least here, and that really is usually the bare minimum you want. But they've got pretty good money, as I said, and onto a couple of the players, Messi and Era. They're rolling in dough right now. 12k, 11k, and then, I mean, the rest of them not looking too poor either. Obviously, Adam's going to have to reinvest a small bit. Could maybe even drop the rifle from a teammate who has a bit more. But in this round, not going up against a lot. I was going to say maybe he could even be considering a Mach 10. But nah, play it safe for the long run. Go straight into the rifles. And I would presume this is Galaxy Racer's pause. I'll open up and double check. Indeed it is. It would make sense. Unfortunately, not going to have the buy in this round, of course, so it'll probably be a little bit more focused going on towards round number 10 to see what they can do once they actually get the rifles again in play across the board. a little bit. They've actually got a little bit now to support the M4 rather. Kevlar on tabs, a few flashes, a couple of smokes as well in play. I think they had 3 in the beginning, 1 already put down. Not sure where that was thrown to, but they are looking to get aggressive. Actually, 2 players already pushed up into the lower tunnels. GamerLegion realizing, obviously, though, in this round that they're going to be up against one saved weapon and then probably some pistols and Kevlar to back it up. So they don't want to play up close and personal. They're willing to fall back. They were watching the tunnels even a little bit more passively from the spawn in the beginning because of the fact that the smoke was actually put down there on mid. They had the info that that was a possibility, so not wanting to take any risks that aren't really necessary. And now bringing it back towards long. It's not a bad idea with the rifles. You, of course, know you're going to have the general range advantage in the fights. But the numbers right now are in place for Galaxy Racer. They have 4 players already positioned on this side of the map, including that M4.
Yeah, this could be deadly, actually. It is going to be a bloodbath one way or another, with 90% of the players coming in from long. Close smokes, maybe going to catch Galaxy Racer off guard with that. You know, not a deep execute from them. Freddy Frog spam down to the smoke, try his best, but just too easy. There we go. Desn't able to find one, but ultimately the round not looking doable. Even saving a weapon here for the remaining 2 Galaxy Racers players is going to be tough, I feel. So we'll see what they can get done. Maybe a bit more damage. Always nice. Not really going to affect GamerLegion too much, though, to be honest. Their money is in a fantastic spot. And even that's looking tough. Tabs is making the epic journey all the way around to try and pull off the crazy flank. But he's being watched by 2 players. So probably not going to be able to push all the way in. That's what he's going to go for, though. So this ends one of 2 ways. Unfortunately, it ends badly for him. GamerLegion will move up to 5. 5 in a row now, by the way. So, of course, we don't expect too much from that round on the Swedish end of things. But always nice to do a bit of damage in those types of rounds. This is where we need to see them come back in, where we need to see them pick things back up. And a great time for a pause as well. The double up setup, right? Something very, very different to deal with. It is a GamerLegion timeout. So it seems they are the ones coming in with the preparation.
Yeah, we get to see an AUG alongside the double up setup, so this is more scopes than you normally see in play at once. As you said, though, yeah, GamerLegion going for this pause. That's an interesting one. Being up 5-4 now, they've taken the lead, I guess, wanting to ensure that they can keep on building on top of that, knowing that now is when Galaxy Racer are going to come back onto a pretty good buy. Because they likely would have realized that a few of those players in that previous round didn't have Kevlar, so they hadn't spent all that much. They are focused on getting now everything that they need here. And may even be aware of the fact that the double up setup is a potential, because, I mean, Relaxit and Pleasant, both very capable oppers. I've seen Freddy Frog use it at points as well. So it is certainly something that is usually there for Galaxy Racer to pull out if they want to, and that's exactly what they've gone for. 3 players focused on long early on, not a lot though for them to contend with. As we can see, GamerLegion already creeping forward in the tunnels, but look at this from Tabs, he's got the AUG on the flank. Not the ideal weapon for this position really, and it unfortunately doesn't work out for him. Good damage on Era, but that's it. He ends up going down. Meanwhile on the bomb site, Pleasant falls as well, and with that, it is indeed looking like GamerLegion are going to continue to build up this lead. It's just going to have to be the save called for, let's be real. And indeed, immediately that was the decision. They're chilling on long.
Damn. GamerLegion turning the heat up. Really, again, it's another game where it's somewhat unexpected to flip this quickly. If you look at the very basic odds and things like that all over HLTV at the moment, it does indeed favor Galaxy Racer. So GamerLegion kind of defying the odds ever so slightly at the moment. The question for Galaxy Racer, it feels, is how deep does the rabbit hole go? 6 in a row so far for the T side. 7's going to be a little difficult, right? The saving, the max loss bonus, they can put together a pretty good buy here on the CTN, but honestly, the buys have not really been the problem. They've had a good number of buys of varying degrees. Double AWP coming into that previous round, trying to catch them off guard with something new, but it just doesn't work. So GamerLegion really adapting and even staying fresh themselves. And now another pause coming in. This one for Galaxy Racer. Back and forth with
not
the pauses.
using them sparingly. Willing to call them in early on here, and of course with that, knowing how important it is to actually get the the momentum in the opening rounds. Most of the time, anyway. I mean, the previous game kind of defied that logic. But yeah, you don't see this a lot in online CS, so I'm happy that both of these teams are willing to call in the tactical pauses.
Very good point.
Have a little bit of a chat.
A lot of teams are a bit too passive with the pauses, I think. Certainly seems to have changed recently, though. To be fair, there are some teams that still kind of refuse to pause when they really should. But I think it's a lot rarer than it used to be. Maybe, you know, when you and I started casting, I think I do seem to remember a lot of the time, like, where are the pauses? Where are the pauses?
A pause
But
had happened, I'd be like, is there something wrong?
Yeah. You sure they didn't mean to call a tech pause here? What's happened?
Oh yeah, no, those are pretty common. In online CS especially, back in the day. But yeah, a bit of a slower round at the moment right now from GamerLegion. Didn't put as much pressure either, I don't believe, in towards the areas early on. It's given Galaxy Racer the ability now to actually have a pretty decent setup. One player up close on long. They rotated Dez back after he initially, I believe, helped for Freddy Frog to cross over. He'll be having a little bit of a gander towards the mid. In the meantime, the op there for Relaxed are back on 1, and he is going to be in position to watch short, which does look to be the goal right now for GamerLegion. They've at least got the control around that area. Whether they'll commit off or not, we're yet to see, but it's looking pretty likely. And then I believe they'll have Zero come out late on long, so we'll see how Freddy Frog is able to react to that. Will he already be transitioning back at that point to help his teammate out is the worry. Although he's deep in Piff for the moment, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Utility coming over the top here. No frags as yet. There's the shot ringing off. Of course, Relaxer does get it the second time around, but Adam trading him quickly. There is a man advantage here for the CT side. The bomb's been dropped in an awkward spot. So buying time for the rotations to come in. And the retake in full flow. Not looking too bad. Error drop as well. A bit too easily. 4 on 2. Making a 4 on none. That's lovely stuff. The retake very clean indeed. Some great flashes at the tail end. Will secure Galaxy Racer their 5th round. And I think it was starting to get to that worrying territory. You know, if they had to take another eco, another half by GamerLegion, move up to 8 rounds off the back of the 1 rifle round and everything, it could have been dangerous, dangerous territory. But as it is, they're able to stay on the heels of GamerLegion here.
Yeah, they might be able to pull it back up to maybe the 6-6 if they do that. At that point, it's not the worst the CT side. It's normally going to be aiming rather for about 7, though, for it to be kind of an equal half between 2. So we'll see if Galaxy Racer will be able to reach that point, or if GamerLegion can return quickly, because they also still have a pretty ridiculous economy. So that's not going to be broken down anytime soon. Galaxy Racer really will have to turn the tides right now in terms of momentum and start picking up these rounds quite convincingly back to back if they want to actually get some control in their favor yet again. Again, not much going on early. They put the pressure on a little bit with a few nades going out, a couple flashes around long normally just to try and force out some nades from that long player. But they take their time this time, moving down through lower, again going to be looking for that short control. And then we'll see what decision again that they actually make off of that. Initially set up in relatively similar positions rather, but they do this time have Adam as well actually watching for any sorts of tunnel aggression that could come in, so they could still also move it back in this direction, which as they push out mid would be looking pretty likely, but it hasn't started off too well for them. Tabs is able to snatch the life of Era.
Big frag. Very big frag indeed. Oh, look, more as well. What a flick. And now a 5-on-3, so GamerLegion, unfortunately, it appears in the previous couple of rounds have really hit that brick wall. This one not said and done just yet, though. 3 is definitely enough to work with. If you look at the A-bomb site itself, directly 3 there. So if they can find, like, 2 untraded frags, could be good for them. But unfortunately, I am trying to big them up. At the moment, it just is not working out. Freddy Frog drops 0 very easily. And I think with that and only a few seconds remaining, they're just going to look to save, take the AWP into the next round. They've got plenty of cash to work with, which is one of the joys of course, being decisive on the T side. So, might as well just hold on to the weaponry, not have to rebuy, keep that economy in a nice place. Still certainly potential to find 9 rounds here. It's definitely not out of the question. I think with a bit of loss bonus stacked up and the money that they have available, they should be able to comfortably buy for the rest of the half. Particularly if they can get bomb plants in their lost rounds. So,
yeah, I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. Maybe going into like the final round, maybe as you said, they don't get bomb plants. It could start to impact a couple of the players, but we'll see. Of course, they still have the opportunity to try and bounce back with more rounds of their own, rather, and at that point, maybe it wouldn't even matter. Yeah, again, not really anything crazy happening early on, at least not from the T side. Galaxy Racer decide that they want to be a little bit more aggressive for once. They bring the fight instead in towards the long house, and it works out fantastically for Tabs. He got flashed in, puts a smoke down deep now as well to retain that control, and you can see GamerLegion instantly being forced to try and react. They're going to go ahead and push out on mid. This time at least having a bit more success in actually pushing forward, and Era ends up snatching one through the smoke itself. Dezen on the B bomb site only able to find one, so it's going to come on to Pleasant now with that up. But he also was assisted there by that flank from top mid on Tabs. Pleasant does a good job as well, actually finding two for himself. Didn't get to catch them from his perspective, but he was in a bit of an awkward spot there, trapped behind the big box on the platform. Great hold by Galaxy Racer. They've taken back the lead.
and now they will look to expand it as well. This is a really good response from them towards the tail end. We've seen very, very harsh momentum shifts in this game, it feels like, Dean. You know what I mean? Like, GamerLegion, 6 in a row, smashing it, and then Galaxy Racer straight back in. It's not like we've seen super close rounds between these two teams. Really interesting in that sense. Blessing going to open up once again. Adam's being chunked down by a nade. Zero taking a bit of damage from the same nade as well. So, not looking too good. Galaxy Racer have really turned things on its head, to be honest with you. I was not expecting this.
I mean, we got the same in the previous map when we weren't
Yeah,
expecting Hellraisers to be able to flip us so convincingly, and that's what we're getting right now from Galaxy Racer. They could even still come out with a 9-6 CT side, which would be absolutely fantastic. Creeping with those final 4 players up through long right now for GamerLegion. Already a bit of damage being dealt out, and both of these ops right now in position. Actually, only one now, versus the first kill comes in on Relaxa. Pleasant gets a bit of revenge there by dropping Era. The smoke's actually been slightly delayed or crossing as of yet, but they do finally. There's still a gap in play. I mean, it took them 2 smokes and they still weren't able to cover it off. Obviously, you need the 2 smokes, but you shouldn't be messing that up. It's pretty hard to actually leave such a big gap. He goes down as well. 8-6, Galaxy Racer. They have done a fantastic job, and 9-6. I mean, again, they haven't broke down the economy. We're saying that it was going to be pretty hard to do. Even without the bomb plants, they were actually still able to go ahead and get the buy, just from the loss bonus building up as well. But yeah, I mean, Galaxy Racer hasn't really seemed to matter to them. Up against full buys round and round again, they just keep on winning. A big contrast to what we've seen in the early rounds.
Definitely a strange one. I figured maybe I'll have to hold the point, because it looks like they're going in fast here.
Well, they attempted to. They've been separated by that molly, unfortunately. Thankfully, the CTs fell back. Otherwise, Era probably would have been in a lot of trouble on his own, yeah.
Yeah. But no, so the point I was going to make is, like, we saw them previously do those, like, hand-thrown smokes rather than the lineups and everything. Figured it was just part of the plan. Maybe it is, but it does kind of look like perhaps they've just not prepared the full-on execute. We've also not seen, like, a short execute from them.
True.
So beyond brute forcing their way in.
They put this smoke down on the spawn and such, but there was a gap in it, so they didn't drop or anything.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the first, when they started actually losing a few rounds, is when they attempted that, when they had the 1 player late long and 4 up short. This round's been incredibly slow. Again, going to be the long hit. Hopefully the smokes this time are a little bit more useful, because there is the upper Relaxa watching from short. Yeah, I do believe that they've gone ahead and got that correctly this time. A couple of flashes as well, just to make sure that they're not going to get spammed down. And with that, the bomb... Oh, what the hell? Pleasant. Ridiculous reactions. I don't know how Rusty wasn't able to get that kill, though. Looked like it really should have been an easy one for him. The bomb's going to go down still, but the man advantage at least being played for the CT side before they have to initiate this retake. And, oh, they have a player pinned in. Era trapped behind the car, going to be wall-banged down. Messi returns 1 kill now, but he's going to need to find a little bit more than that. Even off the line that he will be able to. Helped out by Zero, who jumped up on the ledge to peek into the spawn as well. It's been flipped back, and that's the end of it. Pleasant trying to jump up, gets his head ripped off. 8-7 at the halftime. Galaxy Racer, they can be pretty happy with the scoreline, though, they were able to achieve on that CT side, even if the final round didn't go as well as they would have hoped.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to come to an end at some point, right? They make those mistakes. The long hand-thrown execute, I guess you could call it, ends up working that time around for GamerLegion. Able to basically employ the tactic they've been using the whole half through, which is, as I was saying, just kind of like brute forcing, playing aggressive, working off of their individual ability. Yes, Dust 2 is not the deepest tactical map in the pool, but still, you would kind of expect a bit more preparation. We didn't want to see the long range, long execute. We didn't want to see the short dribble smokes. So it definitely does seem like GamerLegion have not worked those particular things out just yet. Despite a decent run on this map so far with this current lineup. What is it, like 70%? 75%, I think, over the past 4 times they've played it, if I'm remembering correctly, which is,
Yeah,
you know,
small sample
not
size,
too
but
bad.
good results overall.
So they can be happy with that. Either way, rushing towards long here. Once again, nothing seems to have changed as the half swaps over. The flash coming in from both sides are blinding everybody. Dezen's the first one to find a frag, but certainly could have been more there. There were so many flashbangs.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's seen each other there. Everyone was just blind constantly. It still goes in favor of Galaxy Racer, of course, as they get the opening kill and now begin to move up. There is 3 players close in the spawn. They got a deep smoke, which is able to separate 2 of them, but it is traded back by 0. Still, of course, the man disadvantage, and look at this lurk from Pleasant in lower tunnels. Will this be expected? They are moving in together, so surely they try and clear it out, but can any kill be found by Pleasant? No, they cannot. That actually gives a big opening because the bomb hasn't even gone down yet. No kit, unfortunately, but they do have a smoke, and they also have a bullet in the head of Eret, apparently. Mezzi now needing to hit some ridiculous shots if they want to try and pull their way back into this. Could potentially put the smoke down to cover his cross off. Zero going to give him a little bit of help, actually, by finding the kill in towards the ramp, and only a 2-on-2. The health not looking great for these Galaxy Racer players. They pulled one of the kills back, at least. But as I said, with low health, Mezzi, he can still win this. Only 1 bullet left in the USB right now, so he does have to reload. But he hits the 1-tap on Freddy Frog, pinning that final player in behind the box. He gets the kill, and he had retrieved the kit back into spawn, so he has time for that defuse. A massive clutch coming in by Mezzi. That was huge. Oh, the BM spam as well.
Rubbing salt in the wound with that, but hell of a performance there. Key clutch as well to get GamerLegion started on the front foot. Galaxy Racer probably going to see them. Okay, I was going to say, you know, take a save here maybe, but I think they're thinking about it, right? Spread the AKs around is perhaps the idea. It is their timeout at the moment, so we'll see what the deal is, whether they go for it or not. Maybe just need a moment to cool off after that clutch situation as well, to be honest. Yeah, like that player in the pit, you expect him at the very least to stay alive, but first bullet, dude, straight in his cranium.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty common position, but it definitely could have been played better considering his teammate wasn't peeking. He was just kind of holding the angle still rather than like kind of jiggle peeking it and making it harder for the player to actually get him. Probably not knowing that there was low health on Mezzi, to be fair. Because otherwise you could have just kind of jiggle peeked for body shots. But yeah, I mean, not going to go for the bikes. The Eagles in play from Galaxy Racer. I don't mind it. They're on their T side now. This is where you just want to get the guns out early on and try and start building up that momentum. It's a relatively even map, but most people would say slightly T side. I mean, most maps can get pretty dangerous as a CT if you're not able to get your economy stabilized.
Definitely feels that way at the moment, right? I think particularly at this level as well, where it can be unpredictable. And we're early on in the season. Some of these teams do indeed have head-to-heads outside of the Mountain Dew League, of course, but all the same, I think the best of ones on Dust 2 can be very, very unpredictable.
Fairly slow round. I mean, we're not seeing a lot. Quite passive from the CTs as well. They're just giving up mid pretty much. I'm watching it from the door. They have one player who can rotate back in and watch the spawn right there. Oh my god, Dezen destroys Zero at the door. Adam's nearly in trouble right there. Almost caught by Freddy Frog, who was hiding up on the box on long. Now Mezzi under a lot of pressure on B as well. Thankfully, the second player not immediately ready to follow up. It was a little bit separated there on the push from the two sides, so it does ease up the pressure. They're able to compose themselves. One kill only being found. That could have got way more dangerous, though. I mean, Era, Mezzi, and Adam were all tagged down low, I believe, by the end of that round. So a couple extra bullets going in favor of Galaxy Racer, and we could have been seeing a different outcome there. And considering they had so little investment, I don't think they're going to be too worried about how that went down. Now they're straight onto the gun round, and if they can pick up this opening gun round, where there is still a couple of weaker weapons as well for GamerLegion, then they're probably going to have an easier time in the next round with a full buy definitely not being available.
Coming a little close there, those bullets to relax it, but it's all good. Those tabs, mind you, my bad, but all the same. Ducking and weaving his own teammates' shots there, a little funny. Shaping up outside of B though, Dean. Looking to be a spicy attack, a quick attack, a 5-man burst by the looks of things from Galaxy Racer once the AKs are in play. So an early test for GamerLegion on the B site. And a pretty hard one as well by the looks of things. They're really just winding the clock down, trying to bait out as much utility as possible, and then they're going to charge in. Maybe expecting only one player to be here. GamerLegion not employing anyone at middle at the moment, so 2 players ready and waiting. One of them being Mezzi. He's able to find a double. Does eventually go down, but Zero's still alive. The bomb out in the open. And of course, they had that lurker at middle to try and cut off rotations. He will do so successfully for one, so keep an eye on the minimap over there. Eventually goes down. Desmond, meanwhile, finding frags on the front. It's a wild kind of round. Recovers the bomb, but he's still got 2 more players to get through.
Yeah, and I mean, crossing the door, not going to be easy. He does have a flash to try and give the space, and actually will make it across, but now trying to take the fight and ends up getting spammed down. Actually done some really good damage, though. One more bullet, Rusty would have went down, then Adam was left on 30 health as well, so that could have gotten scary. But no, GamerLegion, they don't let it happen. They keep on building up this lead now as they start off the CT side extremely strong, and that's what you need. Not cleanly by any means, so their economy, this is really where they want to try and stabilize it while they're up against a weaker buy. And certainly not in a position like they were in the previous half with such a ridiculous economy built up, allowing them to lose a bunch of rounds in a row. If they were to lose one, then they would, of course, be in a lot of trouble. So this is where they want to try and keep all 5 alive, and it's starting off pretty well. Arif not only getting the kill on long, but I believe spotting a few other players as well, actually pushing out. Oh, they've decided Adam is going to push back up long. I don't know if I like this. Very risky. Surely he's going to get flashed in.
Okay,
no,
they're stacking
him. Let them come out.
He only gets 1 though. You're going to go down. Okay. I feel like the damage is not so bad here. AK retreats by himself, getting spammed down, flank ahead of another. I mean, you can be happy with that, surely.
Very much so. I mean, they shouldn't have really been finding anything. We've seen the opening kill being found by Ara. They then decided Adam was going to go up. I thought they were going to flash him around the corner at least, maybe so we could catch them unprepared, but instead they all swung out together. They were able to get that trade just because of sheer numbers, and once the up went down on the site, it got really scary. But yeah, no, this gives a big chance to Galaxy Racer if they are to pick up this gun round here to still try and start building up a few rounds off the back of it. GamerLegion have not had a single clean round here so far, so their economy is completely destroyed. The op, I believe, wanted to go into the lower doubles early, but then shifting up onto short. This could work out if Pleston isn't careful. I don't think he's going to be expecting it right now. But yeah, they don't really look to challenge it too much on the T side. What are they going to do, though? They don't have any control here early on. There's still plenty of time, but I'm wondering where they're going to take it. If they go towards long, Adam up close, he's actually in a position where it's going to be hard for him to get more than 1, maybe. So that could be good if they're able to pick up the trade, but I believe now Rusty is beginning to rotate back around as well. Oh, they line up. Adam completely blind. He finds out, oh, I got 2 kills. Awesome.
He is so great at playing the unexpected angles. You know, pulls them out every now and then. I think we saw him have one on the T side as well where he cut them off on the B push, if you remember, right? And got a 2K there. He knows a lot of really cool off angles that, sure, you can probably only use once in like 10 rounds because they'll remember it and they'll be like, okay, make sure we check this angle and don't just walk into it again. But all the same, it's really good for rounds like this where the importance is quite high. You're going to break the bank. You need to make sure that you continue stringing them together and have yourself a good cushion of rounds to work with. We'll see what the rest of the team will do. They've opted to move back towards B. Mezzi holding from Car, looking solid. Down after one, though. Zero not able to find anything. So thank goodness for Adam. 2K, but what is going on? They're getting a little wild, getting a little ahead of themselves. Rusty just goes charging in. Error can't stop them. The bomb plant's coming in. It's now a 2-on-2. Thank goodness for Adam's flashes, though. Brilliant stuff. Error will indeed be able to deny them away. There also wasn't a lot of time left for Galaxy Racer, so that ever-present opposition in the form of the time. But nonetheless, a little closer than it needed to be for GamerLegion.
Sorry, my door was getting banged down.
No,
there.
it's all good. It's all good. I saw
My
the
brother
message.
just wouldn't get it. Yeah, I did miss a little bit. Doesn't look like things have really turned around though for Galaxy Racer. Fairly
Pretty
long
hard.
control though. It's actually very passive from GamerLegion. They're not really keeping any control for themselves. They do have Adam up on short actually. I thought he was down in the spawn. I thought that would have been a weird position indeed. But for the moment, he's actually not really expecting much of that long push until the smokes start to come in. Nice flashes to try and actually slow down the push as well. So that's certainly allowing now for the rotates to come in and actually some aggression out through the mid doors. Expecting for a player to be around lower as well. It already happened a couple of times and not letting that catch them off guard. It's only now that Freddy Frog is able to eventually find one opening on towards Error, but the man advantage as well as the damage heavily favoring the CT side right now. Still limiting that bomb plant as well with the molly going down.
Yeah, really good stuff in that sense. The nade is in the hands of Rusty, so he's a bit far away from that one. Pleasant looks away from long at the worst possible time. Avoids the flash. Almost takes him down, but not quite. Remaining two players are going to have to go huge as well. I mean, the Twins doing a decent enough job. Freddy's got his hands onto an AWP here as well, and a combined HP of 3. Goodness, Mezzi takes out the AK though, which was of course the key player. However, Freddy has the information in that they're so low. Rusty's going to tap the bomb, play the headshot angle. It's a tough one for him. Almost able to drop him. They're both so low. The tap coming in again. Not a lot of time to work with here on Rusty's end. He'll find the frag. Is there enough time for the defuse? I think just about able to get it over the line here. It's awfully close, but he will get it in the end. An absolute heartbreak. 3 HP on the remaining two GamerLegion players, and yet they're able to clutch up.
Yeah, that was that was ridiculous. As you said, it was 1 for Adam, 2 for Rusty. They managed to pull it off. And I don't know, Galaxy Racer, we're not getting anything from them right now on the T side. I'm kind of shocked if I'm honest. The pause going to come in, I would imagine, is from them, but it's kind of a... It's coming to that last kind of try now with the pause. They need to turn it around off the back of this one. Otherwise, this map is going to be done and dusted. And we could be looking at another pretty convincing map like we've seen on the previous between Hellraisers and Fate. And again, one that we weren't really expecting to be all that one-sided. Certainly not in this direction, anyway. Pause being removed. The investment fully coming in from the T side. It will, of course, cost them everything. But thankfully, they're not really lacking in any regard. They have plenty of nades. They have all the rifles, the op, of course, for Relaxa. But as I said, this is it. It's really hitting do or die territory if they lose this one, and especially if they lose it without a bomb plant. At that point, GamerLegion, they'll be looking at map point most likely. Oh, Freddy Frog, is he going out long on his own? This is a little bit risky.
Wow.
Seems to be working quite well.
His timing's just perfect there. Oh my goodness. Gets away with another no way. Oh, Adam should be finding that all day long. He does get taken down, but yeah, his timing was insane, right? There was like 2 players hidden behind the wall with nades out. The AWPer just crept back in as he walked out, so he was able to buy a bit of time, get a difficult to deal with angle. So yeah, Galaxy Racer, sure, a little bit of luck here, but bring it into a 4-on-2. GamerLegion will look to save, of course, that harsh CT side. Despite winning round after round after round after round after round, they're not able to build up enough bank to go for a risky 2-on-4.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, with the lead that they have as well, you don't need to force the issue right now. You can afford to go ahead and try and save over these weapons. Still a chance there for a couple of exits even to come in. You can see they've certainly set themselves up for it. Mezzi was trying to hit a shot in towards mid if anyone was crossing the doors. Not able to do so. And even with their positions though being given away, surely Galaxy Racer just try and avoid it. I don't think they really try and hunt at all. So these weapons, they should be carried over, but it's not going to allow for the full investment quite. So my question is, are they willing to take the eco at this point? Take an eco, go ahead and focus on getting the best bio possible in these rounds. Or are they maybe going to buy around the op and the AK? We're going to see now in a moment. I mean, they could maybe drop off a master from Rusty, but I don't know. It's difficult just because there is a couple players also looking at the double eco, obviously, since this is the first round they've now lost on the CT side, at least in a while. Or it actually was just the first round in general, wasn't it? We don't have the round tracker on ESEA. That which throws me off. But yeah, they've gone for it. FAMAS, an MP9, and a Deagle. It's really not ideal.
Know, bro.
It could give an opening back in here to Galaxy Racer. If they get this at that point at eco then they're on 11 rounds before the guns come out again. They win that gun round and they're tied up.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, to be honest. Oh, the AWP shot does actually land, I think, onto Pleasant. Somehow he survives on 8 HP. And the AWP is able to make it out. So, every cloud at silver lining. Of course, Mezzy, if some of you are maybe questioning, he did take up this role in Vexed, the last UK team that he played in, alongside Adam, actually, for those of you that maybe don't know the history of these British players. So that was kind of their last hurrah, was him on the AWP. Try and make that work, but obviously in the end not quite able to do so. So he knows his way around the weapon. He's had a period of time being the main AWPer.
Great damage early as well, actually dealt out by GamerLegion. A good nade there, I believe, landed on the player and behind Xbox, and that leaves Dezen and Pleasant rather tagged up quite heavily, which is even more impactful when you have these weaker weapons, especially in play. The MP9 and the FAMAS, they can be one towards the head on both of those players. Even in the case of Pleasant, one towards the body. Adam actually able to find Freddy Frog there. He got blinded by his teammates, apparently. Tab's able to at least get the trade, but they've got only 30 seconds at this point left, just under it even, to go ahead and get themselves that site control. Era just tucked in on the bomb site with a Deagle. Mezzy there with the op to help out as well. Rusty nearby on an AK. Yeah, no, this is getting really scary for Galaxy Racer. 15 seconds. They need these openings, and they need them real quick. As Era puts up some resistance, Desmond trades back one, but it doesn't last very long. Era's still there, eventually fallen, but the bomb plant, it just has to be straight up stuck. They are going to go for it. The Googly's not going to be connecting, but Mezzy eventually ripping off the head of Pleasant. And Relaxa, I think, just got jump shotted by the MP9, I'm pretty sure. He may have just shown himself. I'm not sure how it went down. My camera was still on Mezzy. But they've done it. GamerLegion, they make the force buy work. 14-9, Galaxy Racer, they have been devastated. They still have some money to buy back in, but they're on the brink of losing at this point.
All happened so fast, mate. Hard to keep up with. I think for you and I, but let alone being a player, right? Very chaotic. And unfortunately, Galaxy Racer not able to make work of the chaos. Not able to climb the ladder. Oh, this could be a bit risky. The molly's in. It's not really a very good time, but it's all good. They're able to adjust perfectly, and that is the worst possible way to start the round.
Combo. Hit him with
Deadly,
the 1-2, the
stuff.
molly, and the rifle.
Yeah,
And then an off there as well to help, because why not?
And they're Swedish, so I mean, the combination in every aspect.
It's just, it's not Galaxy Racer. I don't know. This T side has been so flat from them. Rusty's actually going to go forward. I don't think this direction is very necessary, but okay, yeah, no. What the hell, Freddy Frog? How has he just been able to take back 3 kills? Why are they willing to fight that so aggressively? I figured they'd be all right with the 1-for-1 that they found on long, finding out that there was another player in that position. It got them good info as well. They could have just kept the advantage, but no. It's back to a 2-on-2. Galaxy Racer, the dream is still alive, as the bomb's going to go down, and they have the short control as well. So that's going to slow down rotations potentially a little bit, but we'll see what success Tabs can find.
Okay, moving in together. Tabs off angle, not going to work out for him. He's done a lot of damage. So certainly possible for Freddy. The ace required here for him to come out on top of this round. Playing behind the headshot box as well. Here's them coming. Sprinting in, playing it nice and safe, nice and passive. Finds the first and the second. Aces up for Galaxy Racer. A massive round from Freddy Frog. A mainstay of the roster, of course. So who better? And he is all the way at the top end of the scoreboard now. He already was, but solidifying his place there, and deservedly so. Oh, GamerLegion, you've really got to look across to them and kind of question. I think getting a bit ahead of themselves, it looked like,
yeah,
with the push on long.
they could see the finish line. They just wanted to get over it as quick as possible,
Yeah.
and it seems to have actually slowed them down. They've tripped up. That's heartbreaking. I mean, if we see Galaxy Racer now pull this back and win it in regulation or even overtime, then that's going to be the round that they look back on and say, yeah, no, we messed this up. This round, anyway, should be pretty straightforward for Galaxy Racer. We won't expect GamerLegion to come back swinging quite yet anyway. Unfortunately, they're still not going to have much money in the next round either, only getting 1900, so yeah, they're going to be quite limited in terms of, again, probably just a few pistols in the following. So the opportunity for Galaxy Racer to actually build up a couple of rounds for themselves. So there's a pretty hefty price to be paid, you have to say, for losing that previous round there for GamerLegion.
Yeah, still trying to wrap my head around it. Deadly decision making in the end from GamerLegion, unfortunately for them. But we'll see here. It's looking good. It is indeed looking good in terms of the rounds. They just can't afford to slip up again. I think with the bomb going down now as well, obviously man down, low HP bars and whatnot, probably just going to save what they have into the next round. Like you said, it's a no-buy round regardless. So if they already have weaponry to work with, I'm sure they can be happy with that. And maybe they upgrade Kevlar to give themselves a bit of a better fighting chance, but even that might be a bit risky, particularly with how close the scoreline is. And of course, as you've been saying the whole way through, as the stats reflect, Galaxy Racer are a good Dust 2 team. Certainly not perfect, but definitely capable of putting things back on their team side. Chance. And Descent, while I've been talking, has dropped a good couple of players. Zero does come in with the CZ to find one, but no harm, no foul, I suppose, for Galaxy Racer. Although, to be fair, money's not perfect. When you're on this comeback train, you want to make sure that it is, right? You're not fighting back with a weak buy.
I mean, if they lost one round, if they lost this round, rather, Descent would have a bit of trouble rebuying in the next round. He could be limited to a pistol. Elsewhere, they'd be fine, but as you said, it's not where you want to be. Considering, again, though, they're up against so little, as you said, even the Kevlar was kind of going to be an over-investment for them, so you only see it on Adam. A couple players not even bothering to upgrade their pistols. So yeah, I like this. Focus on getting as strong of a buy as they can in this next round. But it means Galaxy Racer are indeed going to be able to bring it up to 12 rounds. And at that point then, if they win the following gun round, they'll tie it up at 14-14. And that's when GamerLegion, I think, are really going to start sweating. Because I think coming into this, most of us would have favored Galaxy Racer. They looked flat for a while, but yeah, I mean, the misplay, GamerLegion kind of getting a bit over-aggressive maybe. As I said, coming back to bite them right now. Adam going to fall on long as well. Not a lot to work with in this round, so as we said, to be expected. Being very safe as well. Clear no car even. I've seen that being overlooked a few times and it costing teams. It is also an attempt to sell a bit of a fake.
Yeah, perhaps, and I think they're just very wary of whether they've bought or not. And of course, you can never really write off if they've gone for like deagles and everything. The case is, obviously, they're very conservative at the moment with the money, our GamerLegion, so not really going to be too much of a challenge. I say, and then a USP comes on the feed. The B-bomb site cleared up nice and easy, though, so should be all good. Rusty's got a deeg. Might find one. Flex is kind of low. Doesn't get the drop on him. Second as well. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Let's take him down. Freddy Frog, of course, the man to do it, but he's left awfully low after the exchange as well. Era, meanwhile, gets his hands onto an AK, and I would imagine is just going to take it into the next round. But still, we talked about money and being costly and all that kind of stuff. As soon as, well, I say as soon as, if GamerLegion get around, the Galaxy Racer economy might not be able to keep up, particularly if their one rounds keep coming this close.
Yeah, we'll have to see after the reinvestment here in the next round. That could even put a few of the players below what they'd need. So, yeah, good damage, as you pointed out. Era even able to carry over the AK. That's going to boost up their own buy a little bit, an extra few nades than what they maybe would have had otherwise. We'll probably see him give that to a teammate, I would imagine, so that we can have the op come out. Yeah, there we go. Going to be thrown over towards Mezzi. The op indeed going to be pulled out. Nades-wise, good across the board. They have one kit at least. would like a second, because sometimes if you only have one, it can get lost in a bit of an awkward spot, but they at least do have it in play. So we'll see now if GamerLegion can put a stop to this comeback from Galaxy Racer. We'll see it maybe being tied up off the back of this one, as we said. Very early long control coming in, and through the smoke, Tabs actually ends up finding Rusty. He was completely blinded, follows up in a second, and error. It looked like that shot was on, but apparently not. It is going to be a 5-on-3. Galaxy Racer already kicking this round off fantastically, as GamerLegion, they're forced to react elsewhere. They've gone aggressive in through tunnels with 2 players, but Era left alone on A. He's going to have to come out with at least a couple of kills here to make this doable. Oh, and he's not going to be able to find anything. Relaxa, just as his teammates were coming up to the corner, he comes in with the peak. Perfect timing to catch Era, and this round's done. Surely it's the same.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Galaxy Racer just charging in, catching them completely off guard. Running them over. It's surprising. It's very, very surprising, to be honest. And it looks set to continue, probably for another round, right? I don't know what the choice would be here.
Yeah.
I think only on the 2900, right? If I'm keeping track of the loss bonus correctly. I'm
Yeah,
sure
they are.
it's also on the scoreboard, right? But all the same, not enough money. The 3400's not enough money in this case, but it might facilitate a, let's drop some across and get some MP9s. But with 2900, I think you're like, okay, I guess we half buy on the guys who don't have weapons, and then try our best. Try our best to find the next rifle rounds. Decent to survive with the rifles, though. Zero also upgrades to an AK. So there is that.
The extra kills as well gave him enough in theory to drop
Yeah,
over
maybe,
a weapon,
you
as
know.
well as Mezzi having enough to even drop an off to Error. He already has full nades himself. I don't know, it's risky, man. I'm not going to lie, it's risky if they go for it, because then if they lose it, at that point Galaxy Racer probably get map point, but with a pause coming in, I think they might be considering it.
It does look that way. It's definitely a game-changing decision, though, right? You lose it, the best you can probably hope for is overtime. They are kind of going for it. Okay, I saw an MP9 come out, and I was like, whoa, here we go. But no, they're just spreading the wealth a little bit. Yeah, and, you know, it's kind of that 2K mark that you want to be at.
I mean, that's not
a little
bad.
bit more
Look
if you
what
want
they
the AWP. So, yeah, it's definitely workable here. If Galaxy Racer come in thinking it's just 2 AKs, let's rush about. It could be messy. It could be very messy indeed.
Very messy.
Hey.
I had to do it. I'm sorry. It was just too easy. It was right there on the play for me. Yeah, Galaxy Racer, though, they know that it's going to be a little bit dangerous, so they have slowed things down in comparison to what we've seen before with the instant long control and such coming in. Instead, holding and waiting to see if they're going to see GamerLegion instead making the first move. And that is the case right now around short. They could even push someone a little bit further forward, but I don't think so. I think they're going to leave Era now just posted on that with the Deagle. A little bit risky, so yeah, he will fall back off. Not seeing anything on short now. That's a little bit of an issue for them. The goal really would have been to get an early kill to kind of even out the actual full investment between them, because of the fact that they do, of course, lack weaponry. I think they are, of course, aware that there's a lot of presence around long right now. But again, just going to be those 2 AKs that really have to do the main damage at this point. And Adam gets picked off actually through that smoke on the bomb site. One player, Gandalf, not going to be able to do too much as he gets spammed down. And with those 2 AKs being left, do they save them? It's not something they can buy back up, of course, in this next round. And they can be so useful for holding. The ability for that one tap towards the head, I think it is worth saving. And it looks like GamerLegion have come to the same conclusion.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, right? They were both playing towards that B side of things. So, and I kind of get it. It's like, you know, if they come B, we'll fight them. If they go A, we'll save, which we have the latter. But maybe could have done with them, arguably in a round like this, just now they have to save and fight their way out. Which is not looking doable. Yeah, both get a kill, but actually, no, it's Mezzi who gets both of them, but they don't hold on to the AKs. And like you say, the one-tap potential is always nice, basically, right? Is kind of the argument. But it's not the end of the world. However, the fact that we're here is very surprising.
Mm-hmm. Again, go back to the ace from Freddy Frog, man.
Yeah.
It was
really
a 5 on
turned it around.
The auto sniper added some insult to injury right there. Relax. Ironically, not going to be letting GamerLegion relax at all. Oh, and he may get another. He has the op now. It's not the weapon that they're going to be expecting to face off against. He expects 2 bullets are needed to the body, but no, the op. 1 to the chest. Error's gone, and oh, Galaxy Racer. They can see that finish line right now. They have half of a foot over it, pretty much. Or half of a foot on it, at least.
Oh, bro, I'm back in my chair, dude. I absolutely can't believe it. Relaxer. Doing them filthy. Ah, yeah. Depending on your side, I suppose. You hate / love to see it, but it is what it is, of course. We're going all 30 rounds already. Rusty looking to stand strong on the back of the site. Only good for one, however. Getting rolled over right now on the CT end, and Freddy Frog should end the round from here. No, okay, Zero spins around to find him. There's a massive gap in the smoke. Back into a 2-on-2, and definitely not the loudest fraggers for GamerLegion right now, but I mean, do you go for it? They're kind of low HP. It looks like they're going to try and rotate through long. The AWP doesn't care so much about your low HP, so if they can drop him quickly and just trade the final player, surely they can get this done. Head spotted. Desmond going to fall, and Relaxer now has to look towards long. Finds the first onto the Beagle, and he takes down Adam. 12 HP the difference. Relaxer, the man of the hour for Galaxy Racer, lands that match point. Oh my goodness. Did not expect this to be the way that things go down. The overtime certainly on the cards. The buy is not brilliant from Gamerlegion, but when the pressure is on, these are the kinds of rounds that teams end up throwing by the wayside. So we'll see.
Again, double off as well.
They're waiting.
Cross.
They're smart this time. They're smart this time.
Fortunately, there was no one immediately rushing out B either. I think Tabas was moving in that direction, but he wasn't really looking to commit off the back of it. Yeah, obviously, I would imagine that they have a spare AK maybe to get rid of that auto sniper. If they're sticking to this setup here in this round, that's kind of asking for an overtime. It's very, very risky when you actually have to push towards a bomb site if you're going to keep the double op setup and an auto sniper. We'll see what exactly is going to happen. Looking like they might want to try and move out on long, where for the moment it is just Adam up close and then Era, who could be called in to assist, but he's playing around the car right now at a scout. So it really wouldn't be the ideal weapon, and it'd take him a few seconds to actually move into position as well. Info now is found, though. Relax is scoped in, but not able to deal with it. Adam goes down. There's the opening kill yet again in favor of Galaxy Racer, and they are looking to take this over the finish line indeed. They have a player trapped in the car. Era's gone. A 5-on-3, and surely they can't let this slip. I mean, they're up against an MP9 and 2 FAMASs.
Yeah, it should be doable, right? Heartbreak on the horizon for GamerLegion. I think the pressure going to be on for these final 3 players as well. Oh, it hurts, but it's not over just yet. And maybe the pain and the anger, they can translate it into something useful. Not looking too likely, though. Rusty tries his best to charge through and catch them off guard, but it's not going to be the case. Mezzi is miles away. Zero, meanwhile, they know where he's at now. Going to get taken down. And Mezzi, again, is miles away. So a 1-on-4, no real opportunity to catch them off guard and, you know, maybe get a trade here or there. He's straight up with the AK retrieved, sure, but he has to find all 4 in very quick succession. And this A-bomb site is so open. There's so many different angles. You can't even get past the first team. And GamerLegion